Hey, this is Wild Bill Tucker in Pensacola, Florida. I wanted to follow up on an adventure that I started a few weeks ago. I finally got my heater installed. I made one video, part one, that showed sort of an introduction to how and where it was going to fit. But this is going to be part two and the final conclusion on this video. Now, I live right next to one of the busiest highways in Pensacola. As you can hear and see behind me, traffic is going to be a little bit noisy. But I wanted to get this out. I've got a little bit of time today, and I want to go ahead and make a video and include some photos and put it up on my YouTube channel. But anyway, let's go take a look and see what I've been talking about. The bus is kind of messy, so disregard what you say. All right. I'm doing some rehab work on the interior of Rusty. I had some water damage in the rear, and the headbanger back there I had to remove because it was pretty well rotten. And that'll probably end up being my next little video, replacing that headbanger. But in any event, let's talk about the heater. Now, this is the Chinese heater. Kind of hard to see down there, but there we go. Let me get a little bit of light on the subject here. All right. And this is a diesel power, but I'm powering mine up with kerosene. Now, Sam Connelson gave me the idea about mounting this thing underneath of the passenger seat, and it looks like it was a pretty good fit and a pretty good place for it to sit. And the seat kind of muffles the sound that comes out of that heater whenever it's firing up. The intake for the heater is in the back, and fresh air from the inside of the cabin goes in there, gets sucked in there, blown across a heating element, and discharged into this large hose that you see. This hose runs underneath of the vehicle and up into the tree. And from the tree, it dispenses out of the vents, up on the top, and of course at the feet. I went ahead and got the largest of the heaters that you can get and installed it because of all the space in this high top. So let's take a look. We got the storage tank back here. Okay, directly underneath of the floorboard, as you'll see in the pictures that I'm going to provide. The fuel line runs down through a filter, through a pump, and from the pump it goes into the bottom of the heater. Now, the heater also has an air intake mounted underneath, where the fresh air that powers the heater is drawn in, and it's discharged out of that tube. Now, I just got a muffler in the mail today that I'm going to install on it. It's not really that noisy. We're going to fire it up. There's two ways of cranking this heater up. Now, this is an optional control LCD that shows all of the operation that's happening within that heater. Now, there's two ways of turning it on. I can mash this button here and it turns it on, and you'll see the animation start, or I can do it with a wireless remote. This will come in handy if I'm lying back in the bed in the back. I can just hit this button to either up or down the temperature. So let's get this thing going. I'll use this. Hit the on button. Indicator is showing that it's coming on and that the fan is blowing, and that the red right here, the heating coil, is firing up. The alternating red and green are your intake and the exhaust, and it's showing that those are clear. I guess they have that on there in case one of them is stopped up. You would know, and it would throw an E code out up here. That's showing the correct time. You can also, with this thing while it's firing up, the current temperature is 19 degrees Celsius. or 20 degrees. It's bouncing between the two. That's the outside ambient air temperature. I've got it set for 10 Celsius. I'm going to bump that up so that the heat will start coming out. I'm starting to smell a kerosene smell right now. And in a minute, we'll get a pump light. It'll come on. It'll indicate green right there that the pump is on. I'm going to go ahead and bump that heat up using the remote, or I could use that. You can see I'm going to bump it up to about 20, which is about, I don't know, 60 something degrees. I'll go a little higher. Oh, look, the fuel pump came on. Now in a minute, oh yeah, there's one that's already jumped up there. There's a scale of 2 greens, 2 yellows, and then 2 reds, which will indicate the operation that's going on. Right now we're getting fuel pumped in and air circulating across that fuel, and the heating element, as you can see, it's on. It takes about 10 minutes for this booger to fire up, but once it does, man, it will really throw some heat out. And one of the cool things about it too is you can use this thing while you're driving. You can use it when it's sitting still like this, or you can use it while you're driving. And if you don't have a regular heating system, yeah, you know, this works out really good because it's blowing air all the time. You don't have to be running 60 miles an hour down the interstate to get some good hot air coming out of it. So if you've got a rain situation and it's cold, the inside of your windows will sweat up, and you're going to sit there with a rag wiping them off. But with this heater, when it gets up to speed, good Lord, the glass looks just like it is right now with it raining. Oh yeah, we got some other indicators coming on now. We'll start hearing this thing in a minute, maybe. Above all these cars, who knows? I don't have any fancy editing equipment or anything, so this is real time. You can hear. Ooh. There's my sunglasses. Let's get this light off. This thing cost about 160 bucks after I bought all the accessories. The little muffler and then this LCD. Now, if you do some shopping on Amazon, you can find that the kits will have this already. It comes complete with all of the wiring that goes down below, and then this auxiliary wiring. You can mount it. I'm gonna probably mount mine up on the dash where I can do that since I've got this remote, and I'll keep the remote back there on something where I don't lose it. Oh yeah, that thing's really kicking in now. Yep, there we go. She's at full operating capacity right now. And it's blowing out heat. I can feel it. I'm gonna walk around here. About that. This is what you hear on the inside. Now, if I'm sleeping back there with the bed laid down, and this thing is going off up here, I can get some sleep. This is really nice, and it's not too noisy for the outside either. If you got neighbors out there, or you don't want to disturb them, of course. You don't want something that sounds like an F-14 jet engine cranking up. But very simple operation. We're running off the battery right now of the bus. Doesn't draw very much power. And if I actually power it down as far as the temperature, let's knock it down to well below about 9 degrees Celsius. Now, in case you're wondering, These things only come in Celsius. They don't come in a Fahrenheit. It looks like they would have just had some kind of a little button you could mash and it would go from one to the other. But hey, if it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit and, you know, whatever degrees Celsius, still the same temperature. Just, you know, for us Americans, it's kind of hard to remember. I remember a million years ago in elementary school, they were just about ready to convert to the metric system. They never did. I wish they would have. There's no fractions. Oh, listen. The fan is powering down. Awesome. Okay, so what we got is this thing going through its operation cycles. Now, to turn it off, it's really simple. I can either hit the off button right here, or I can hold this button down for about 10 seconds and it'll turn it off. But I'm going to do the easy way. One button. Whoops. If I get it right. I don't have my glasses on. And you can see it's indicating off. Now, it doesn't just immediately turn off. The flow of fuel will stop. Okay. That will stop the combustion. All right. And then the air will continue to blow across the heating element until it cools completely down. Now, if you're wondering where you could get one of these Chinese diesel heaters, go on Amazon and punch in Chinese diesel heater. And there's about 10 or 15 companies selling them at different prices with different options that you can get. Some of them come with them. Some of them you have to pay a little more money to do it. So, you know, read all of the details really good. They're all, it looks like the thing is made in the same factory. From what I've seen, they're all the same. But what we've got is a chance for bus operators, and even if you had a fastback or square back or something like that, or even a Beetle, if you wanted to mount one of these things in there, you could easily do it in there too. Again, with just simple hand tools. The hardest thing was drilling the holes down through the floor. Not so much drilling the hole, but making sure you got everything lined up just right, because you got, you know, one chance and you don't want to screw it up. Go ahead and get that heater, put it in, and you'll be totally satisfied with it. And especially if you live up north where it's really cold. Down here in the south, well, I'm kind of like on the border almost of Alabama and Florida, up in the corner, so it gets pretty chilly here in Pensacola, but not like, you know, way below zero and all that business. But yeah, it'll get down in 30s and 20s sometimes. And for Florida boys and girls, that's pretty daggone cold. I've always had that philosophy that if it's colder than your age, it's cold. So anyway, that's what we're going to do to wrap this one up. This is Wild Bill from Pensacola, Florida. If you got any questions, go ahead and ask them down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. But this will give you an idea, and maybe you want to mount that heater in a different location. If you go on YouTube, there's about 2 or 3 different people on there that have posted similar videos, and they will tell you where they put theirs, and you can make up your decision. Depending on if you got a later model baby or camper, or earlier model camper, you know, where you want to put it is up to you. And that's the beauty of the thing. It's so lightweight, and it's so easy to handle, and so simple to use. I think you'll be really satisfied with it. But in any event, this is Wild Bill from Pensacola, Florida. I'm signing off, and I'll be back at you with another adventure. I guarantee you something will happen that I can maybe pique your interest, or maybe show you how to do something in case it ever happens to you, and what I did to correct it. So you guys have a good afternoon, morning, or evening, whatever you're doing when you're watching this. Peace. Talk to you later.